Well, you don't know? Bye now.
Hey.
Wow. Sorry.
What? What the? Jeez!
Wait! Wow.
Guitar! Oh! I see. That's totally it! Aww. Hey. Well...
I see. You don't know?
But still...
Huh? Oh, me. No, that's wrong. Isn't that right? It's obvious. Well... Hey,
That's weird. Bye!
Now then. Bye now.
See? See?
Phew!
See? Yep. See? Hey, hey. Ah! Yep. Yep. Hey, hey.
Now. Bow to me. Actually...
So...
Yep.
Yep.
What? Bye now.
What happened? Fine. I can see it! Nature.
Now then. Whoa! Hello there. What the heck?
Big news!
Yep. Now then. See? Yep. Yep. Well, perhaps. See?
Big news! See? Listen! Well? That is an order! Hey. Wow! Anyway.
That's weird.
However, as the light of justice shines upon my mask, I expose the hearts of malevolent evil. Justice complete! The center of justice that is pierced by justice. That would be me. Sparkling justice! Well? What? Do you have a minute? However... Listen!
Wow.
The time for unparalleled hedonism has come! Now is the time to fight the decisive battle! The hostility of fresh blood, the insanity of a contest of wits! The class, so meet up! Once you're there, please proceed.
Now then. All right.
There is no escape.
Bastard! Anyway, see ya later!
This is bad.
Like,
Show some spirit! This, too, must be the will of causality.
You're so evil!
So... impossible!
that is...
No, no! Yeah! Like... Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened. I'll punish everyone besides the blackened. And
Oh, no matter how many times I hear it, it's such a cruel rule.
now then, let's first discuss the motive.
What? Who cares about that game?
The outcome of this trial
Nevertheless, we shouldn't ignore.
Yeah, you're right. Then let's try discussing that first.
I'm sure everyone who's beaten the game already knows.
Some of us have not beaten that game. Give us a detailed explanation.
It means Twilight Syndrome murder case is additionally. Some of us are characters in that game too.
Some of us are characters in a video game?
So, I think it's better if we clarify who...
I see.
Girl A is probably Mikan Tsumiki. timid tone. Based on the list of names in the staff roll, I can't think of anyone else who would be Girl A.
Why am I in a video game? That's an infringement of my rights. A nasty, trashy pig shit like you doesn't have any privacy rights. Ah, a nasty, trashy pig shit. I feel like I heard that in the game too. Huh?
I see!
Girl B was short and foul-mouthed. She's probably Hiyoko.
Short and foul-mouthed? That's like the complete opposite of me.
Anyway, let's move on. Next is Girl C. I see!
Girl C is Ibuki.
Girl, see? Then I'll see you next Tuesday.
Let's move on to girl...
I see!
Girl D is my hero. The victim in this case.
Yeah, that's correct. Let's skip Girl E and talk about Guy F. I see!
Aren't you guys?
I was in a game? That's fucking stupid. That reminds me. Wasn't there another person whose last name was also Kuzuryu?
Another person?
It was one of the names. The names were Sumiki, Koizumi, Sayonji, Miyoda, Sato, Kuzuryu, and then another Kuzuryu.
Hold on. Why do you...
It's not like I'm wrong, since you beat the game.
I can prove it with this! In the game, Guy F, Kuzuryu, mentions that he has a little sister.
What do you mean, little si-
This is what Guy F said in the game. It's pretty clear. There's no doubt that Guy F had a little sister. Plus, the sister actually appeared in the game. That's why the name Kuzuryu appeared twice.
By the way, what role did Guy F's little sister, the other Kuzuryu, play? You... I see!
The dead high school girl who was the first victim in the game is the only person I can think of.
Based on Guy F's tone in the game, it's clear that Girl E is not his little... So if the only person left is the dead high school girl, then she must be Fuyuhiko's sister. Why do you sound so fucking happy? That's a winning personality you've got there. Winning personality. I was being sarcastic, dumbass.
Hey, you said the...
Yeah, I have a little sister. Something wrong with that? It's just a fucking game. It's not just a game. That's why it's the motive. Don't go making shit up. If she was the type to die easily, I'd have fucking killed her myself a long time ago. I mean, when I first entered Hope Speak Academy, she was mouthing off to me as usual, and it happened just the other day.
About that!
Shut the fuck up! You be quiet! I see. So you're never gonna accept that that game is based on true events, huh? Okay, I understand.
Nagito, you seem to be doubting Fuyuhiko a lot. Do you suspect he's the killer?
A mystery that easy would make me feel sad. It wouldn't be good enough to serve as everyone's stepping stone. That's why I'd be much happier if Fuyuhiko wasn't the killer.
Okay, you're starting to act weird again.
Anyway, now we've established...
Girl A is Mikan. Girl B is Hiyoko. Girl C is Ibuki. Girl D is Mahiru. Guy F is Fuyuhiko. And the first victim in the...
That's just a story and a fucking...
If so, then girl E is Miss Sato. Could it be? The same Miss Sato who likes white rice? I don't know what Sato you're talking about, but I don't think she's relevant to this case.
Maybe it's related to Gundam's last name, since they're both really plain names.
Hinata may be an ordinary.
Hey, no one cares about that. Hurry up and talk about the mystery of the game.
Huh? What do you mean, mystery of the game?
My, you don't know? I heard that girl E got killed.
What? No way! Is that true?
Getting killed is so violent, don't you know?
My, such awful times we live in. Why did this happen?
You guys are definitely friends.
So the mystery of the game is the murder of Girl E, correct?
Then let's hurry up and solve it. Let's first figure out why. I see.
The reason Girl E was killed is because she killed the first victim in the game.
Which means Girl E was killed as revenge for the dead hype. What do you think, Fuyuhiko? Apparently, Girl E was killed to avenge your little sister. You're fucking persistent. In order to make that clear, we need to...
It's the murder that occurred in the music room. Look, I made a map of the music room's surroundings, which was...
I'm surprised you went to all this trouble.
Mapping is second nature to retro games and classic dungeon crawler RPGs have a first-person...
We get it! Let's talk about that later so we can focus.
Then, I'll start explaining. Girl A, Girl B, Girl C, and Girl D were at the entrance hall when they heard the sound of glass break. Immediately, they climbed the stairs to the second floor and headed to where they heard that Girl E was in front of the music room on the second floor, but the door to the music room was locked. So Girl D went to get the key from the office, and when the five of them were finally... They found the victim's body, dead from a blow to the head. Because the music room's window was broken, the sound of breaking glass that they heard, plus Girl E's school swimsuit was stolen, so they concluded that the escaped killer was some pervert. How does that sound?
Yep, an understandable explanation. Just as expected from the ultimate gamer who...
But it wasn't a pervert, right?
Obviously. Girlie was waiting outside the music room for the other girls after she killed the first victim.
Did she lock the music room from the outside? Then she would have totally needed the key from the office.
Which means Girlie was hiding that key. We can assume she...
But Girl D was the one who went to the office to get the key to the music room, right?
By the way, since it was never mentioned in the game, we can exclude the possibility...
You can lock the music room from the inside and sprint it to the front of the music room.
She would have passed by the entrance hall where the other girls were waiting if she tried to do that.
Then...
It's not cute to see an old guy sulk.
Hey, is Girl E really the killer? We have...
After she killed the first victim in the music room, what did Girl E do?
She just broke the window in the music room and escaped outside.
So how did Girl E get from outside the school to the front of the music room?
To go back to the music room from outside, you need to go through the entrance hall. Plus, at the entrance hall, the other four girls should have been there.
At the entrance hall, the girls heard the sound of the window shut.
No, that's wrong!
First of all, the sound the girls heard wasn't the window breaking.
If it wasn't the window, then what broke to make that sound?
A vase.
Vase? How low can you go?
After the murder, a broken vase was discovered in the classroom.
So the sound of breaking glass that the four girls heard wasn't the music room's window. It was the sound of the vase breaking. Probably.
Actually, the murder was nearly... Girl E killed the victim in the music room, broke the window, and went to the office to get the key. With that key, she locked the music room from the hallway, returned the key to the office, and went back to wait in front of the music room. All she had to do was break the vase in the next-door classroom.
To make them think the murder had just occurred.
So, when the four of them ran over after they heard the sound...
I see! Now the mystery has been solved!
Wait a minute! The mystery hasn't been solved yet! You haven't determined what the murder weapon was yet!
Who cares about the murder weapon?
Not cool! I went to all the trouble of making this death march, so you gotta stick with it to the end!
What the heck?
Fine, let's figure out the weapon. If this keeps up, I'm gonna feel like I need to shit. Which means I'll feel disgusting!
You're the disgusting one!
The weapon is pretty Now then!
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head? Think you talked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducts universal chaos.
It's on that big a scale, too?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
I agree with that.
I got it. The killer must have used gravel.
My goodness.
Just as I thought! I'm chosen by the gods!
You're not chosen at all.
What if the gravel was put inside some sort of... If the weapon is something that appeared in there, the only thing I can... If you tie the swimsuit like a bag and stuff it full of gravel, it'd make an effective weapon.
Gravel inside the swimsuit? Even the ace before the killer. It's an idea that killed to make people think the killer is some pervert. It makes sense for a school swimsuit to be stolen. And if that swimsuit was used to make an improvised weapon, it'd have to be disposed...
How about it, Monokuma? Are you satisfied now?
This happiness you feel when the mystery you created...
But the real important talk Girl E had someone who can be called an accomplice. That person...